I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with Wolves reporter Tim Spiers. Tim, before the start of the game, everyone was talking about 6 in a row, but that was pretty poor.
Yeah, they were well below their recent standards today, I'm afraid. Kind of back to how they were in. No, well, not even as good as they were in February. You know, they played well in some of those defeats, but no, they didn't play well today. They were comfortable losers, I'm afraid.
Comfortable losers, but you know, the start of the game, 50-50, not much of a game, and then Nua Dicko. If you're ever going to get a great chance to see if make it 2-1-2, and he snapped it, didn't he?
Well, they actually started really positively. You know, Gibbs White showing some nice touches, and Vyman and Marshall, and yeah, it was Gibbs White who sent Dicko through 9 minutes on the clock, I think it was.
Perfect chance.
He probably had too much time to think about it. He ran with the ball for about 20 yards, and then the keeper came out and kind of smothered it, and it was a poor finish.
But he's had a lot of games under his belt now. I mean, he's got to score those chances, don't you?
You've got to score that. You've got to score that no matter how many games you play. You know, it's nothing to do with fitness or match sharpness. It's probably more to do with confidence, maybe. But yeah, no, he's got to score that. If it goes in, maybe it's a different game, but thereafter Wolves were very flat. They started to lose the midfield battle, I thought, from then on.
Yeah.
Bristol City came into it, you know. That was the thing, it was all about the start, because, you know, this team got beat 5-0 on Tuesday. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. If that goal goes in, all of a sudden the crowd, the players, the energy, you know, confidence has gone. It's a completely different game.
And that's what Paul Lambert was talking about on Tuesday. He said, you know, this crowd are ready to turn. I mean, bloody hell, they put a video interview of Lee Johnson on the screen before kick-off, and some of the home fans were booing him.
Yeah.
You know, it just shows that the atmosphere here was ready to turn. You know, they've been calling for Lee Johnson to go. Well, you know, a good proportion of Bristol City fans. So yeah, you get on the front foot. You get an early goal if preferable, but most of all, you don't give the fans or the home team any encouragement.
No.
But Wolves did that. They started to lose the midfield battle, and it was kind of coming. I mean, Bristol City had hit the bar just before the goal, and from then on, Wolves weren't really in the game.
A few people speaking to the fans afterwards, not happy that even Cavallero was on the bench. Did you understand that decision? Could you see it? Maybe a little bit of a rest?
I think more should have been rested.
Yeah.
I think it was a game too far for quite a few of them. You know, they haven't played a huge amount of games in the last few weeks, but it's been quite intense, and it's, you know, emotional, you know, to win these games and get to safety, which they are safe, let's be honest. So it's taken a lot out of them. A lot of these players haven't played many games in quick succession. Lee Evans, for example, who was off it today, I thought, you know, he's been injured for a large amount of the season. He's only just come back in playing. It's probably a game too far for him, but it's a game too far for Marshall, who of course arrived at Wolves unfit. Vyman hasn't played a huge amount of football, you know, in the last couple of seasons. He's been on the bench for Derby a lot, and Dicko as well obviously hasn't played a huge amount. So it felt like a game too far for quite a few of the players, and you could tell because they lost a lot of 50-50s. They were kind of half a yard off the pace, and you know, we know how much Lambert likes to play with this intensity and how key that is towards his game plan, but it just wasn't there today.
Just collectively, the goals, anyone majorly at fault? I mean, there's some people saying it wasn't a penalty, but I mean, end of the day, they were second best, weren't they? End of the day,
it looked it. I don't think Paul Lambert's got any gripes with it. It looked like a penalty. You know, Doherty's let Mark Little get on the wrong side of him, and you know, he's jostled with him, and you're asking for trouble when you do that
of course,
in the box.
Yeah.
First goal, I'd have to see it again, but you know, he wasn't closed down. Patterson, you know, 20-yard shot, it wasn't closed down quickly enough, and then the third one, you know, Lee Evans and a couple of others just not at it in the build-up to that, which ironically was 30 seconds after a moment where, in contrast to Tuesday, when the minute went Wolves' way, this time it didn't, because they had Doherty was played in on the overlap in the box. He's 12 yards out. He just needs one good touch and he's ready to score. But I think he kind of stepped on the ball. Bristol City broke and they scored. It's 3-0. It's game over.
One positive thing, I guess, to come out of the day was John Daddy Budvarsson finally getting his goal, coming on. Okay, albeit consolation, but he'll take whatever he can.
Yeah, and we just spoke to him, as I've just put to him. You know, I bet he dreamed of scoring a 1-0 win in the last minute. You know, when he finally scored. 7 months.
Wow.
7 months. I think it's 35 appearances without a goal. It is a huge positive for him to get that monkey off his back. You know, he looked a broken man on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Lambert was absolutely furious with him. You know, when he should have squared it to Vyman for that late chance. Reluctantly did a bit of bod clap at full time.
Yeah.
And that's been the case a few times over the last few months. So it's huge for him to end that drought. As Dicko, you know, Dicko scored on Tuesday as well. So that's what we've all been calling for: goals from strikers, and they've got 2 in a week. So that is a positive. looking ahead to next season, because I believe that both players will still be here, and I believe they've both got a crucial part to play. So yeah, that's the main positive of the day.
And hopefully now he can build on this, because you would have thought that if he wasn't going to make changes today, he is going to make changes on Saturday. You'd have thought, on next Friday, and hopefully maybe get started against Brighton.
God, well, you sound well up for that one.
There's 2 in 3 games, 2 in 3 days.
Saturday against God knows who, right?
Potentially going to get a chance, you'd have thought.
He's got a few options. Yeah, hopefully Costa will be back. Cavallero, you think, would maybe be ready to start after a week's rest. Bodvarsson, yeah, he could come on earlier today. I had a feeling he might start, but he didn't. But yeah.
Is that the worrying thing though, with no Costa, no Cavallero? Is this what we're going to see? Is this what we're going to get used to? That's the worry, isn't it?
Potentially, but the same for any team. If you take £20 million of talent out of the team, you know, they're Wolves' 2 best players going forward. So yeah, that's always going to be a huge ask for the rest to step up today. And yeah, we'll see what happens in the summer. I still think Costa's likely to go, and Jeff Sheet gave few assurances on that when I spoke to him on Friday.
Yeah.
Cavallero potentially wants here for the longer term, you'd like to think. So yeah, it's a bit of a window into what life would be like without them. But you know, Wolves know that. They know they've got Graham Mazzaro coming back on that front, which will help. But yeah, they do need a bit of, a few more options. Got to go forward in the summer, and buying a striker would of course be crucial to that.
Shame, because fantastic travelling support there, 2,000 plus, and they were brilliant. They deserve better.
Yeah, and I bet they still had a good day in the Bristol Beer Garden.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, great support as always. 2,500 have come here, and for a bit of a no-show, the team just hasn't turned up today.
But like I say, playing for places for next season, and 2 difficult games now, Brighton and Leeds United.
Yeah. Well, Brighton's a good
good
game.
Test though. Good test.
Someone's just tweeted, I don't think they can quite go up depending on results on Friday. They can all but go up on Friday. Either way, it'll be a party for Brighton. So, be the party poopers. Brighton are setting the standards that Wolves want to be at. So I think it's a good game. Hopefully another sunny day, Friday afternoon, Good Friday, bank holiday, with a decent crowd at Molineux. But you don't really want the season to peter out now. They've got 6 games left. A top-half finish is a target, I think, that they can realistically go for. That would be great. Or at the very least finishing above 14th, which is where of course they finished, last season.
Yeah.
You don't want it to peter out now. You want some momentum going into the summer. There's been a real feel-good factor recently with the season tickets, and with recent results, and everybody's kind of singing on the same hymn sheet again. So you don't, last 6 games, if they kind of win 1 and lose 3 or 4, that'd be really disappointing after the season. But from what I know about Paul Lambert, he won't accept those standards dropping just because they're safe.
No.
Which, as we've said before, they are safe, because Blackburn lost today.
Sure.
The gap is 11 points, and Blackburn have only got 5 games left. It'll take a miracle, and you don't see that happening. So yeah, you want to keep that momentum going into what is a massive summer, basically.
Disappointing afternoon for the boys. It's Bristol City 3, Wolves 1. For all the post-match reaction, make sure you log on to expressandStar.com.